香港時間2015年11月8日，美國密西西比州一間餐廳外嘅停車場突然傳出連串爆炸聲，繼而出現巨型地陷，一條長180米、闊15米以及深4.5米嘅大裂縫吞噬咗至少15部車輛，包括貨車，多部車輛掉落裂縫，堆疊喺地底，遭泥石掩埋。當局接報到場後，封鎖整個區域，調查呢宗異常地陷嘅原因。
Destruction in this video is shocking. Take a look at this. It's a massive sinkhole. It opened up in an IHOP parking lot Sunday in Meridian, Mississippi. The hole is about 50 feet wide, 600 feet long. It swallowed more than a dozen cars.
That's insanity.
That is insanity.
That's not even a sinkhole.
No, it's like a sink highway.
Opened.
Yeah, no one was hurt, I'm happy to
That's amazing.
Report. It is.
That nobody was walking to the car as it was happening or sitting in their car on the phone or anything.
Gosh.
That's drone footage, obviously, and it just shows incredible... Oh my God. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
I agree with you. We report on sinkholes all the time, but not
That's
to
stupefying.
This
My
level.
word.
Customers inside IHOP tell News Center 11 they heard a series of booms, followed by the loss of electricity. The aftermath was that of the earth opening up and swallowing roughly 15 vehicles. It wasn't long before emergency personnel arrived on scene and quickly roped off the area.
We received a call earlier this evening of a sinkhole opening up at the new IHOP restaurant. Upon arrival, we found multiple vehicles in the ditch. At this time, we're trying to stabilize the incident and keep everybody away.
Several witnesses on scene say that they believe a water line ruptured as well that left nearby hotels without water. Hook says that the investigation in the matter won't start until Sunday, as the main concern right now is to continuously rope off the area to keep everyone away. Now, witnesses on scene tell me that after the event happened, they weren't quite sure what was going on, and the series of booms even prompted an employee to yell earthquake.
事實上，同一日，日華牧師喺11月8日嘅主日信息裏面，正就按住 Webwatch 警告，接落嚟人們會開始討論一件事件，就係地球擴大論嘅事實，而且天坑地裂事件將會增加。的確，世界大事完全環繞住2012榮耀盼望信息而轉動。同樣11月8日有報導，加拿大新斯科舍省一名男子納托爾巡視森林期間，睇見一個大自然奇景。大幅林地竟然詭異咁不停上下起伏，猶如大自然喺度心跳呼吸一樣。有人稱睇起嚟就好似地球喺度深呼吸，令人好感動。但亦有網民直指場面詭異，換作係自己會嚇跑。除此之外，喺2015年10月25日，日華牧師按照 Webwatch 預測以及警告，接落嚟世界將會出現一種超高嘅雲，導致冰雹能夠有足夠嘅高度同埋強大上升氣流，繼而形成啟示錄級數嘅大型冰雹。結果12日之後，2015年11月6日，澳洲悉尼東部出現奇特嘅天文現象，一股雷暴雲頂直撲當地多個沙灘，猶如一個巨大嘅海嘯直撲海岸，場面蔚為奇觀。當地民眾紛紛拍攝呢個難得一見嘅場面。
If you think that you're having a bad day, how would you like to be those guys on that boat leading up to this storm outside of Sydney? That's a storm that was moving into the Bondi Beach area. I'm going to try and break Twitter here, guys. Let's start a new hashtag, Shelfie Down Under. That's actually a shelf cloud. Take a look at some of the footage. We actually have people who filmed this rare event. Well, it's not so rare. It's just that it's an incredible sight to see. It happens because thunderstorms create a cold pool of air that spreads out in all directions, creating that wedge-shaped cloud.
氣象部門發出嚴重天氣警告，指悉尼將出現狂風、暴雨以及冰雹吹襲，呼籲民眾提防水浸、冰雹，做好防災措施。事件完全吻合日華牧師嘅預測以及警告。接落嚟世界將會出現一種超高嘅雲。另一方面，接着11月7日起，同樣喺澳洲，一場風暴以及冰雹橫掃布里斯本，落下有如網球般大小嘅冰雹。氣象局警告，嚴重雷暴將影響布里斯本以及鄰近城鎮，促請當地居民將車移到有蓋地方並遠離樹木。 稱當佢哋話得上嚴重，就係因為將會出現超過直徑大過2厘米嘅冰雹，風速每小時大過90公里，或者大雨引致突如其來嘅洪水。除此之外，當2015年10月25日2012榮耀盼望主日信息裏面，日華牧師警告地球將會出現一啲怪異嘅風，吹襲一啲過往較少有颶風發生嘅城市，而且呢啲怪風會摧毀佢哋嘅房屋同埋建築物。主日信息播放後7日，11月1日，相等於4級颶風嘅查帕拉，成為自1922年有記錄嘅93年嚟第一個吹襲索科特拉島嘅颶風。原來也門嘅地理位置根本一向係小雨量地區，並且不利風暴形成。近100年甚少出現風暴，然而今年也門卻竟然出現一股達4級嘅颶風。
In a year full of unusual weather events, this one ranks right up there. A powerful cyclone is about to slam into one of the most arid deserts in the world. Take a look. Well, this storm is churning towards an al-Qaeda-controlled city in Yemen. This is what it was like when it passed an island along the way. Well, let's bring in Tom Sater for more on this cyclone. Has Yemen seen anything like this before?
Yemen has never had a tropical storm make landfall.
If you go back and look at records, go back 1945, they're not really reliable. Their greatest natural disaster was an earthquake, and that was in 1982, and it took 1,700 lives. Ranking number 2 was a tropical depression. Just a strong little tropical depression that took over 90 lives. This is going to rank easily number 2, if not number 1. They've never seen something equivalent of a hurricane or typhoon make landfall. So unusual. And we still have a well-defined eye, which means it's keeping its power. And as it moves in toward the Gulf of Aden, we've got 400 ships come down through the Red Sea. So again, when it was at its peak, it was equivalent to a Category 4, which ranks Chapala as the second greatest strengthening storm that they've ever seen in the entire Arabian Sea. Overall, the Indian Ocean has about 5 cyclones, but most of them are in the Bay of Bengal. But when you take a look at this region, very dry, arid, their infrastructure is limited to, stones and mud clay that they use to build. So any rainfall is just going to deteriorate this region. Already, Al-Mukalla, that is a very important seaport. It is the capital of the Yemeni coastal region. There's over 530,000 people live there in those stone clay huts. Now, again, look at the winds. We're up to 240 kilometers per hour. Already tropical storm force winds are affecting this area. It's going to make landfall late Monday night local time, overnight into Tuesday morning. It is going to drop so much rain, it could easily drop 3 or 4 years worth. Even tropical storm force winds will head over toward Djibouti. This is something we have never seen before. Again, they have never had this much rainfall on the coast for an entire year. Al-Mukalla picks up maybe 50 millimeters. They're going to get a staggering 250, maybe 300. Take a look at this. This is 2 to 3 years of rainfall for this region. Some areas will have 4 years worth. That means massive mudslides, debris flows that will look like rivers. Let me show you a Google image of Al-Mukalla. Look at the mountains to the top, and this is 530,000 people. Again, there are some structures that will be able to withstand this, but it's the mud flows that we're going to find making their way down from the mountains. Nothing like this has ever affected the country of Yemen. It may take a couple days to get some information from here, but again, this is a powerful storm we've never seen.
查帕拉喺48小時內為也門降下10年嚟嘅總雨量，造成水災、土石流同埋毀壞基礎建設，最終導致也門、阿曼、索馬里等地共9人死亡，超過數百人受傷，迫使約1.8萬人離開家園，為也門、阿曼、索馬里等地好多用嚟搭建嘅房屋以及道路造成重大破壞。 當颶風查帕拉剛剛過去7日之後，2015年11月8日，另一股極為罕見同埋強大3級熱帶氣旋梅格掠過也門索科特拉島。氣象局表示，該地區1星期之內連續出現2股熱帶氣旋同埋風暴現象，實屬罕見。
The second cyclone in just a week has made landfall in Yemen, an incredibly rare thing and a deadly one. Already there are reports of at least one death on the island of Socotra. Karen McGinnis is following the story and joins us now. Yemen is mostly desert and mostly poor. I can't imagine they're even able to prepare for this kind of thing.
Yes, and we're not likely to get that kind of information either, but this area that is arid, desert, and not prone to tropical cyclones is seeing the second one in a week. It is statistically unfathomable. But as we take a look and just kind of zoom in on this latest, and that is it's already moved right smack across Socotra. That's why they've seen apparently hundreds of homes reportedly have been damaged or destroyed there. But now it's continuing its westward movement as a equivalent to a Category 3 hurricane. So it moves to the Gulf of Aden and then perhaps as a tropical storm. So it weakens in intensity, moves right across Aden. Now, the last tropical cyclone that we did see, that was Chapala, which I'll compare to you in just 1 second. But the rainfall across this area, we won't have anything but these computer estimates, and it could be along the lines of 50, maybe 100 millimeters. So 2 back-to-back storms. The records don't go very far back, maybe 30 years at most, but this was Chapala moving its way towards the west. This is what's happening with our latest tropical cyclone, Meg, and as it moves into the warm waters of the Gulf of Aden, running right about 30 degrees Celsius, then that just fuels the system. But because it's encountering very dry air and its interaction with land, that's why it's going to weaken considerably. But statistically, that we would see a tropical cyclone in this part of the world and 2 back-to-back really is staggering.
梅格相比較早前嘅查帕拉造成更為廣泛嘅破壞，至少14人死亡。據估計，3000間房屋受損或者被毀，數百艘漁船被擊沉，好多地區嘅建築物等財產出現顯著損失。聯合國各機構派遣一個由11輛卡車組成嘅車隊，滿載住35噸家庭用品，從亞丁出發，前往受熱帶氣旋襲擊嘅也門南部沿海城市。世界糧食計劃署表示，也門脆弱嘅糧食安全形勢正在迅速惡化。22個省裏面有10個省被界定為面臨糧食不安全嘅緊急水準，同最高級別嘅饑荒只係相差1級。糧食計劃署正在努力，準備喺明年2月底之前向500萬人提供幫助。實在異常天氣以及世界嘅災難事件，完全環繞2012榮耀盼望信息而轉動，而且正加劇應驗。